voice in the wilderness calling my name. Something logic and reason could never explain. Calling me to the man that I'm born to be. And it breathes the even song. And I start to sing along. The march is hard, but it's not too far. It's beyond understanding, beyond what you see. Far beyond what you were or what you will be. Choosing what to deny or what to believe. And it sings a song to me that the hardest thing to be is inside you and inside me. The march is hard, but it's not too far. Carry me over waves of endless peace. Carry me over waves of love, where the sun meets the sea. Hear you calling out to me, where the glory of God is rising.
Crystal River lies along an area on the west coast of Florida that appealed to Florida's first people. During the woodland period 1000 BC to 1050 AD, the rivers and estuaries in Crystal River provided enough food and game to sustain a large sedentary population. Shell mounds along the riverbanks, one of great size, show former occupation by
The 18-acre site consists of shell temple mounds, burial mounds, and a village area occupied by prehistoric Native Americans as early as 500 BC. Radiocarbon dates and pottery studies indicate that the site was a ceremonial center dating to the Deptford, Weeden Island, and Safety Harbor archaeological periods from about 500 BC to sometime after 900 AD.
During the Deptford period, prehistoric societies of Florida's Gulf Coast had become highly adapted to the resources of coastal forests and salt marsh estuaries. Judging from artifacts discovered in burial mounds along the coast and throughout the eastern woodlands as far north as the Great Lakes, the Deptford people shared a common religion with many prehistoric Native Americans of the time. Copper artifacts, sheet mica, and cut or perforated animal jaws and teeth indicate a broad trade network existed. This trade network is called by archaeologists the Hopewell Interaction Sphere, named after the Hopewell site in the Ohio River Valley. Deptford peoples, like the related Weeden Island and Safety Harbor peoples that followed, lived in small villages or camps on the nearby marsh islands. They traveled to the Crystal River mounds, it is thought, for the burial of their dead, and during the Weeden Island and Safety Harbor period to attend ceremonies staged on the platform or temple mounds. On the river's edge, at the south end of the archaeological site, rises a shell temple mound 30 feet tall. Commonly referred to as Temple Mound A, it remains the largest and most astounding feature at the site. Unfortunately, a graded ramp once leading from the base to the summit on the east side of the mound was removed for construction fill prior to state ownership in 1960. Now we can only speculate on the exact nature of the ceremonies held atop the temple mounds, as the Crystal River site had been abandoned several centuries before the arrival of the Europeans and the written word. No direct descendants of the Crystal River Indians are known to exist. To the north of this temple mound is a horseshoe-shaped village area of midden, some 6 to 7 feet thick. Midden mounds are the equivalent of our modern-day landfills and consist of discarded food remains of oysters, fish, turtle, deer, and other food species. Walking further, we come to the center of the site, which is the main burial mound, built in several stages and encircled by an embankment of shell and sand that also contains burials. Clarence Moore concentrated his efforts in 1903 and following seasons in 1906 and 1917 in the excavation of the main burial area. Here he found many of the exotic artifacts for which Crystal River has become famous. Artifacts recovered at the Crystal River site are located at the Smithsonian's Museum of the American Indian as part of their Southeastern Archaeology collection. Deep in the core of the mound, Moore unearthed 39 stone and shell pendants, conch shell drinking cups, stone and clay smoking pipes, quartz crystal pendants, and many complete pottery vessels came from other locations in the mound. Associated with the central burial area are 2 upright stones or stela, which were discovered in 1964 as the site was being cleared for the creation of the state park. Engraved on the surface of stela number 1 is what appears to be the face of a prehistoric Native American.
There's a face here. The outline of the head is here. A little bit still remains of a shoulder area, but there's definitely 2 eyes and a mouth, and then very long flowing hair from the top.
Though common at prehistoric ceremonial sites in Mexico, Central America, and the Caribbean, stela are not common to be found in archaeological sites in North America. It has been speculated that the stela may have functioned as markers for the summer and winter solstices and other celestial observations. Walking further, at the north end of the site, is a second temple mound with a graded ramp
You see a
inside.
large open area, and if there were no trees there, you'd see all the way to Mount A, the large mound.
I'm sneaking some footage.
This is for ceremonies conducted.
I didn't see any signs that said you
And
couldn't.
people out here
They
in
did a
the
drone shot
closet
there.
area
Oh, wow.
would be able to see those ceremonies. The mound
This is
230
awesome. Look
feet
at that. How
long,
beautiful.
Well, fine.
13
They
foot
asked the
tall.
park ranger who came.
The north end of it, it actually has a smaller ramp.
We're getting ready to go
almost as a stage
explore all
entrance.
this.
So we assume that people would enter the stage area from the back of the mound to put on ceremonies that people out in the plaza would be able to observe.
It is interesting to speculate about the connections that might have existed between Crystal River and the ancient cultures of Mesoamerica. Few scholars have been able to resist the inevitable but general comparisons. However, there is no concrete archaeological evidence that the people of Crystal River had any contact with Mesoamerican societies or their cultural practices. While it is certain that the people of Crystal River by no means existed in isolation, the role of this site is best understood in its function as a ceremonial center for local and prehistoric
This part of the
societies.
Florida coastline, often called the Nature Coast, has changed little since Europeans arrived nearly 500 years ago. These diverse ecosystems include pine flatwoods, hardwood forests, salt marshes, and mangrove islands. Several of the larger parcels added to the park over the years were acquired from families that homesteaded in the county. One tract was part of the turpentine industry in the early 1900s. Much of the property is still untouched, allowing visitors a glimpse of what this area of Florida looked like centuries ago.
Crystal River remains one of the most famous archaeological sites in Florida, and the Florida Park Service is charged with the protection, preservation, and interpretation of this sacred site for the benefit of future generations. In time, the site may reveal more answers in our quest to understand Florida's past.
Okay, hello there. This is Patty with the G Team, and we are at the Crystal River State Park archaeological park where there's a bunch of Indian mounds here. You have a clip that I filmed from the reception area where they have like a little 8-minute film. I did film some of that. I'm going to try to put some of that in this video. Anyway, I'm going to do some Evp'S here before I get chewed up by these mosquitoes. Melissa's filming for me. Omar's walking around here somewhere. We're going to see if we can't make communication with some Indians dating back to 600 before Christ.
This thing was lighting up like crazy.
This is fully charged.
It's not working?
Nope.
That's never happened.
She said they don't want us to talk to them.
I'm starting to wonder.
First your
I
camera,
charged this all night.
now your speakers.
What? It's got a full charge on it.
It's not working?
No. You gotta be kidding me. I mean, this is, but you can barely hear
You
it.
can barely hear it, huh?
Oh my gosh. Have to hold the camera really close to it.
Try the speaker one more
Do a
time.
lot of editing here. Okay, well our speaker isn't working, and I'm not sure why, because it had a full charge on it before we got here. Hello there. Who's with us?
I heard something.
Me too.
We would like to speak to the Indians that are buried here.
Look at this. This is going off.
Is it?
Yeah. It was that like orange.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
What kind of Indians were you?
They say that they're pre-Columbian Indians. I wonder what that's all about.
I'm not sure.
What did that say?
I don't know, it's too low. It's a lot of talking.
What are your names? How long have you been here? Oh my gosh.
There it goes. It's working now.
Wow.
What a difference.
Wow, no kidding. People complain about the noise, but yet you can't hear it if you don't have it on. Okay, we would like to speak to some Indians. We come in peace. Can you come talk to us? We're curious about you guys.
Greetings. You heard that?
Open house.
How did the Indians used to say hello?
Take this one.
You getting bit by something?
You guys have been here for a very long time. What happened to you guys? Were you guys murdered? How many people are buried in this mound that we're sitting on?
Not like I said, a lot or something.
Yeah.
Looks like it's gonna start raining again. I just saw some raindrops. Something does not want us to be here right now.
That's what it's starting to look like. Are you guys doing a rain dance? What kind of food did you guys used to eat?
Do you want us to leave?
Did you guys all die at the same time? Did something happen? Sound like said pretty sure or something? I don't know. What do you guys think about what they've done with it here now? Hi there, this is Patty with the G Team Paranormal, and I'm here with Melissa and Omar, and we're exploring the Indian burial grounds in Crystal River. And these mounds date back to 600 before Christ. Pretty awesome place, and we've been walking around a little bit out of breath. We're getting chewed up by some no-see-ums and some mosquitoes, but we had a hard time finding the place actually, or we would have been here a lot sooner. But it's pretty cool, and I did some EVPs a minute ago. I've already had some camera difficulties and some speaker difficulties and everything else since I've been here, so I don't know what's up with that. Could be spirit activity, who knows, because nothing was working, and then all of a sudden it started working again. It was really strange. So we'll see what kind of EVPs we get. It's a pretty cool place. There's Indian mounds everywhere with Indians buried in them. It's crazy how they used to bury them and just throw them all in a big pile and bury them. It's just, it's crazy, isn't it?
They burned them, but I guess they did bury them.
Yeah, they used to have what was it down there? What was that place called down there?
Ceremonial.
Yeah, they have a little spot down there, which I'm going to show you, and that's where they used to do ceremonies and stuff like that. for the Indians. And I'm going to also attach a little video clip explaining a lot of things about this little place here, so that I don't have to explain it to you, because you can just go ahead and watch that little short clip. Okay, we're going to do some EVPs right here. See if we can speak to some Indians. Hello there. Are there any Indians out here with us right now? Can you see us? If you can see us, how many of us are there? You hear us? Mm-hmm. You've been here a long time. It's great that they're still keeping the memory of the Indians alive. What do you think about that? Are you right here by us? What was your name? What were some Indian names back in those days? How did you all die? Can you tell me? How many Indians are buried out here? I hear a really strange noise coming from that tree. Oh, did you hear that? Something up in that tree making a really weird noise. What's in that tree making that noise? What kind of Indians were you? Were any of you our ancestors? We're part Indian. Did God create you guys? ask that question because I just want to hear what they say. You walked this earth before Jesus did. Do you know who Jesus is? Do you know my name? Okay, well, I'm going to go ahead and go now. Say goodbye. Bye-bye. Do you want us to come back again sometime? What's the girl sitting next to me's name? Okay, bye-bye. Peace.
Ciao.
Ciao.